The Richardson family home in Medicine Hat, Alberta seemed like any other on the quiet street. But on April 23, 2006, a chilling discovery shattered the peaceful facade. The bodies of Mark, Deborah, and their 8-year-old son, Tyler Jacob Richardson, were found inside, victims of a brutal and seemingly unprovoked attack. The crime scene was horrific. Deborah had been stabbed multiple times. Mark had fought back valiantly but succumbed to his wounds. Little Tyler Jacob had been stabbed and his throat slit. This wasn't just a murder, it was a calculated annihilation. The community was in shock. Who could commit such a heinous act? The answer, as investigators soon discovered, lay in the dark corners of the internet and the troubled mind of a young girl. 12-year-old Jasmine Richardson, the seemingly innocent daughter of Mark and Deborah, was missing. She quickly became the focus of the investigation. Initially, authorities feared the worst, suspecting Jasmine had been abducted. However, as they delved deeper into the case, a more sinister picture began to emerge. Jasmine, they discovered, was not an innocent victim. She was the mastermind behind the massacre, and she didn't act alone. To those who knew her, Jasmine was a quiet girl. She was involved in various activities, a seemingly typical preteen. However, behind this facade, a darker side was brewing. Jasmine had become increasingly drawn to the internet, spending countless hours in online chat rooms and social media platforms. It was here, in the anonymity of the digital world, that she began to transform. Jasmine's online persona was a far cry from the sweet girl she portrayed in real life. She adopted a goth persona, lied about her age, and frequented websites dedicated to vampires and the macabre. Her interest in the dark side of life intensified, leading her to explore websites about serial killers and violent crimes. It was on one of these websites that Jasmine met Jeremy Steinke, a 23-year-old with his own troubled past. He became enamored with Jasmine, drawn in by her vulnerability, and shared interest in the grotesque. Their online relationship quickly escalated, fueled by late-night chats and a mutual fascination with death and violence. Jasmine, seeking escape from her seemingly mundane life, found solace in Jeremy's attention and acceptance. Jeremy Steinke was a troubled young man with a history of instability. He had dropped out of high school, dabbled in drugs and alcohol, and adopted the persona of a 300-year-old werewolf. Online, he went by the name Soul Eater, a chilling foreshadowing of the violence to come. Despite warnings from friends and acquaintances about Jeremy's erratic behavior, Jasmine was smitten. She confided in him, sharing her disdain for her parents and their attempts to control her life. Jeremy, with his own troubled past and penchant for the dramatic, encouraged her fantasies, fueling her anger and resentment towards her family. Their online conversations grew increasingly disturbing, filled with violent fantasies and dark humor. They discussed their shared hatred for breeders, their term for people with children, and their desire to rid the world of them. It was during these late-night exchanges that the plan to murder Jasmine's family was hatched. The discovery of incriminating messages between Jasmine and Jeremy led to their swift arrests. The evidence against them was overwhelming. Faced with the undeniable digital trail, Jasmine confessed to her role in the murders. The trial sent shockwaves across the nation. How could a 12-year-old girl be capable of such a horrific crime? The court heard how Jasmine, fueled by a toxic mix of teenage angst and Jeremy's influence, had orchestrated the murder of her own family. In 2007, Jasmine was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder. However, due to her age, she was sentenced to 10 years under the Intensive Rehabilitative Custody and Supervision (IRCS) program. Jeremy Steinke, considered the driving force behind the murders, received 3 life sentences with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Jasmine was released in 2016 after serving her full sentence. Her current whereabouts and identity are unknown, her record expunged, her past a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind seemingly ordinary facades. While some believe she has been rehabilitated, others remain haunted by the brutal murders, forever wondering if Jasmine Richardson truly understands the gravity of her crimes.